Well, good morning, everyone. Is everyone getting ready for Thanksgiving? What's everybody cooking? The traditional turkeys? Or is there going to be something a little different this year? Let's see here. Who do we have? Oh, yeah, there we go. Look who we have today. There we go. We got that going. Let's see if we can. The man, the myth, the legend, James is here. Good morning,
Good morning,
James.
sir. Good morning.
Are you still on the road?
I am.
Oh
I'm
boy.
gonna. Yeah, that's all right. I'll be getting my picture up here in a second.
Oh, take your time. No big deal. Just glad you could join us today. What city are you, or what state are you in? Well,
I'm
maybe.
sorry about that. I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh, you're in Arizona. Okay, cool. Is it warm over there?
Not really. It's a little chilly. It was frosty this morning. Everything was white. 30 degrees.
Ooh,
But it warms up nicely in the afternoon. So
30 degrees. No, thanks. I'll pass. Well, let's see if we can find Dave here. Dave, if you're in there, send me a message in the chat because I'm not seeing you. And I'm sure he's coming on.
I talked to him earlier. It sounded like he was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just wait for him to get here because I don't see him in the chat, but I'm trying to. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Let's say some good mornings in the meantime. Let's see here. Who do we have with us today? Oh, wait a minute. There's Dave. That was weird. He showed up on one screen, but not on the other. There we go. All right. I think we've got that rolling now. Well, there he is.
Guys.
You were playing possum, weren't you?
What's happening?
Couldn't see you there.
I was just sitting in the backdrop. Sitting in the backdrop.
Uh-oh, you're creeping like James. Uh-huh. I'm on to you guys.
Hey, that's right.
Well, let me say some good mornings here. Vicky Veronica is here. Good morning, Vicky. PJ Party Peggy. Ego is here from Eastern Iowa. Sheila Dean 166. Hey, Sheila. Benji 19. What's so funny, James?
It sounded like you were saying shit, something different.
No, I wasn't. Benji 1959. Good morning, Ben. Brian. Good morning, Brian. Rick Sr. D said hello to James. Yes, he's with us today. Martin's WB. Good morning, Martin. Boogie B said, turkey for me, making cranberry sauce now while I listen. Ooh, yummy. Sounds good. Paco's here. Good morning, Paco. Joy, Mary Lease Brown, Donna Fox, Lee. Good morning, Lee. Deb S. from Central Massachusetts. Good morning, Deb. John Langlow. Happy Tuesday to you as well. Andrea Lynn, 81. There he is, Full Mental Jacket. You come up with some really good videos, Mental. My hat's off to you, brother. Keep up the good work. Brian said, Dave, no Section 8 for you, sir. Exactly. Wendy is here. Good morning, Wendy. Oh, let's see. No, Alex will not be here today, Ben. Today's actually his mom's birthday. And as you all know, she passed recently. And he's actually taking the day. And I think he's sitting in it. What do they call those deer things, Dave?
Deer stand.
Deer stand. Yeah. So, no, he's not joining us. Well, who knows? He may pop in. But for the most part, he won't be here today. But we're hoping he's going to bag some good ones. Sherry is here. Good morning, Sherry. Lace and Steel. Good morning, Lace. Teresa Ann. Good morning, Teresa. Leonard Little is here. A blind. There we go. Deer blind. That's what the term I was thinking of. Full Mental. Thank you for the kind words for Alex. Beaver's here from Colorado Springs. And there she is. Traveler is here. Sassy Minnesota girl. She's making fun of me in the chat. What are those things called? I'm from LA. We don't have a lot of deer blinds here in the Los Angeles area.
So you're telling me Alex is only going after deer that are blind?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Chris Romano's here. Good morning, Chris. Virgo 47. Good morning, Virgo. John Gwynn. Good morning, John. All right. Well, let's see here. Jody Singleton 8 is here. David Morales is here over on YouTube. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Mary Lise Brown coming in hot with the Fest gear, it's called. Thank you, Mary Lise. Very sweet of you. All right. So let me do the indices first. We're going to start off since Alex is not here. Let's see here. We have, clicked the wrong button there. I know, pushing buttons. I know. So the Dow Jones is up 488 points to 46,936. The NASDAQ is up $19.93, $22.53 at 22,894. S&P 500 is up 34 at 6,739.64. Moving on to the crypto market. James, you've missed a lot of crypto news over the last few days, but we're going to get you caught up here. Bitcoin is at 87,065, down about $45 or 0.05%. And XRP is at $2.19, up about 3% on the day so far. Now let's move over to gold and silver. It looks like gold and silver, it looks like, John, looks like you're safe so far with this whole bet you have with Alex. Gold is up $11.80 at $4,165. Silver is down about 5 cents at $51.58. And palladium is down $6.60 at $1430.40. Moving on to the Q drops. There are a lot of them today. There are 19 drops for today. And some of the ones that I find are interesting, and I'm not going to read them all, but on November 25th, 2019, Q was talking about Russian bots. He was also talking about the media. There was a lot of posts concerning the media. And post number 3628 on November 25th of 2019, enemy of the people, you are the news now. Facts matter, Q. So it looks like a lot of it has to do with news. And this is also the day I believe that Q moved from 8chan to 8kun, because there were some posts in there talking about 8chan had been compromised and they were moving to a new board, which obviously took place. And I think it was, I want to say 2019, but I could be mistaken. Mary Lise Brown, look at that beautiful little gift. Thank you, Mary Lise. All right, so let's see here. Dave, do you have a report for us this morning?
I absolutely do. Hope everybody's Tuesday is going good, ready for Thanksgiving, getting prepped, and everything else. Going to maybe go dig a little bit of horseradish root this afternoon.
Oh,
We'll see how that goes. So yeah, markets are kind of mixed across the board. Corn is up a penny. Soybeans are down 1 to 2. Wheat is up 1 to 2. Cattle is up 0.5%. Hogs are up just shy of 0.2%. A lot of news talking about the Nebraska Tyson's beef processing plant being shut down. 3,500 people are going to let go in December at some point. A lot of blame on the left side is talking about Trump's tariffs hurting this. That's kind of all BS. The big thing is the supply of beef coming in is what's hurting this facility. The lack of beef in the United States is the big hurt. So maybe why Trump coming in, bringing all this stuff in from Argentina and a few other things, maybe that'll help keep that open. So we'll see how that plays out.
excellent. Great. Thanks, Dave. Hold on 1 second here. I got a little issue there. Okay, we got that. All right, great. Thanks, Dave. James, are you able to put a report together today?
Of course.
Oh, wonderful.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I do have a question for Dave. In the post that Dave was involved in here or spoke in, he said that Tyson, or the person that made the post, said Tyson was the largest beef producer in the United States. I don't believe that's true. I think it's JBS out of Grand Island, isn't it?
I think so. I think that is the case. I know Tyson stepped it up, but obviously losing 35 jobs for Nebraska is going to be tough, no doubt. You said you delivered out there, and that's a big part of the city. So
I did.
we'll see. Hopefully something.
I operated out of both plants, JBS and Tyson, and yeah, it was full tilt boogie all the time. But for them to shut down Tyson Lexington, that's a big deal. A lot of people work there. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, Sam, in response to your question, I do have a report.
Great.
Now that I got all the salmon meal rinsed out of my hair, my ears, and my eyebrows, I can do something.
Good.
All right, so Israel comes back to the forefront of the news. Israel takes out Hezbollah's military chief in Beirut. This has been something that Netanyahu has been trying to achieve for some time. It's been an ongoing effort to dismantle Hezbollah's leadership and prevent the group from rebuilding its arsenal. Ali Tabatabai was
that's easy for you to say.
Exactly.
was a mass unaliver. Many Israelis and Americans have lost their lives. The United States, if this tells you how bad the guy was, the United States had a $5 million price on that guy's head. And Netanyahu also praised President Trump for designating the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist group. We know what that designation really means. For the United States to have a $5 million price tag on someone's head, does that mean since Israel took it out that we're going to write Israel a check for $5 million? I don't know.
Well, time will tell. I think the narrative surrounding Israel is much different than what's actually happening. That's just my opinion. In fact, we have a person over on YouTube who is a bit of a troll, but I think that the Palestinian people should be taken care of as well, 100%. So let's see here. Richard Pacente is here on YouTube. Doug Rice is here on YouTube. Oh, geez, we do have some trolls over on YouTube today. I almost read one of them. Let's see. Hey, Charlie's here, and Magic is here as well. Special K 765. Good morning, Special K. Gary Murphy's popped in. The Beach Chair Farmer. Good morning, Beach Chair. Brian said today is my Thursday. Not sure what that means, Brian, but I did see all of the squirrels in the chat. Andrea Lynn 81 said, yes, Nebraska is struggling right now. Teresa Ann said, prayers for my Nebraska family. How sweet. Christy B is here from Hayesville, Kansas. Cognitive Dissonance, KCMCG. Rick Sr. said, Tyson shut down in my area also. Interesting. Virgo 47 wants to know what salmon meal is, James.
It's salmon ground up and dried and made into a meal, and it goes to Purina for dog food and cat chow.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Jan Lovin being grandma said, I'm late. Sorry, it's great to see James today. Yes, it is. Pure Blood Holly Johns just showed up. Good morning, Holly. Sue B is here as well. Diana Lynn. Diana Lynn said, woohoo, caught you live today. Well, we're glad you're here as well, Diana Lynn.
James had a flock of seagulls following him from the East Coast to Flagstaff all the way across.
Yeah,
they eat seagulls. They're ravens, man. You got to see the size of these big fuckers. They're big.
Really? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Hey, Ozzy Crosby's here over on YouTube. Hey, Ozzy. Summer and oh my guy speaks said Clockender, stop trying to crash the show. Exactly. That's one of the trolls over on YouTube. Kathleen Paschke's here on Facebook. Good morning, Kathleen. Oh, look at that. Nice. Thank you, Larry. That was cool. All right. Well, let's see. Sassy Minnesota Girl said Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my weekends. Oh, great. Well, we're just glad you're here with us. Benji 1959, buy it on the TikTok shop. Exactly. Jeez, they are on fire over on YouTube today. Well, we'll just let them run. I haven't seen Lisa Maria. I don't know if she's here today. She may not be.
She's here. I saw her.
Oh, okay, Lisa. You might want to, if you can, pop over to YouTube and see what you think it needs to be done there. Virgo 47 said, I missed yesterday's show. I went shopping. Well, I hope you got what you wanted yesterday. Kissing Bandit and Lipstick is here. Good morning, Bandit. Hey, thanks, Larry. That's really kind of you. Charlie, thank you for all the gifts. Boy, Sherry, thank you for all the gifts. That's just wonderful. All right, so let's. Russell Webster said, What do you consider a troll? Someone who doesn't agree with your narrative? No, Russell, I don't consider them a troll. I consider a troll somebody who makes a statement. They can agree or disagree. I don't care. But when they continually post in the chat over and over the same thing, that becomes trollish, so to speak. So no, I don't have any problem with people disagreeing with us as long as it's done respectfully. That's the prerequisite. All right, let's see here. King's Girl 1974 is here. Red Rosie is here as well. Rick Sr. said we should name Lisa Maria the Bug Zapper. Isn't that true? That's a great one, Rick. Hey, Tracy Fagan's here. Hey, Tracy, haven't seen you in a while. Glad you made it. Oh, gosh. Huh. All right, well, I got to stop looking over at YouTube because that's just driving me up a wall over there. Let's get into some stories here. So the Haile Gubi, and I'm sure I butchered that name, volcano in Ethiopia has erupted for the first time in thousands of years. Do we think this could have something to do with geoengineering, James?
I don't know. I think Mother Nature's pissed off in general. But what it does is many flights have been canceled. This is the first eruption in 12,000 years. Ash plume is drifting over Yemen and Oman, across Pakistan and northern India. The ash plumes go as high as 9 miles in the air, hindering air traffic. So if you're going in that direction, you might want to leave early for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, good point. Good point. James, Dave?
Well, his name is based on it's labeled in our language, the Smoking Mountain. It's known as having a lava lake and all that stuff. So like James said, it's almost 9 miles of ash was spread across the Red Sea and everything. So
9
interesting,
miles?
but
9 miles in the air.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And then it carried across the Red Sea.
Wow. That's crazy. Tracy Fagan said the internet in Ireland is not great at the moment. Oh man, well I'm just glad you could make it, Tracy. Is there something going on that we should know about? If there is, put it in the chat. Jason Coons is here. Good morning, Jason. Oh geez. All right. Well, dear Lord, they are just on fire over on YouTube today. So let's move on. The Trump administration has designated Cartel de los Soles, comprised of high-ranking Venezuelan military and government officials, a foreign terrorist organization. Now, if memory serves correctly, the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier is sitting off the coast there, right, James?
Oh, you bet your booties. As of 11/24/25, the United States Department designated them a terrorist organization. Solo means a lone wolf terrorism. They're heavily associated with the Maduro regime, our grief, terroristic violence, and drug trafficking in America. And when the United States deems a terroristic group, guess what that means? We're going to take them off the face of the earth.
Well, I don't think it's by chance that we have all that firepower off the coast of Venezuela right now. Exactly.
Oh, isn't that exciting?
I never would applaud the loss of life, but when that loss of life means that millions of others or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of others get to live, then I think it's appropriate. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Trump's also going to be doing financial sanctions, asset blocking across the board on that. With this Venezuela thing, to me, other than just drug trafficking, there's more to this point, whether that's the oil, whether that's China moving into the neighborhood, or I don't know. There's just, to my gut, there's more to this. You're not going to send Ford down there just for some little 16 to 20 foot boats that are coming across to pop them out of the water. You can do that from South Florida.
Exactly.
So there's more to this. We just haven't heard what it is, but I'm sure as we move forward, it kind of goes on to your next deal of the Southern Command, possible land strikes coming up, correct?
Well, let's see here. Yes. So, according to Insider Paper and News Nation, the U.S. Southern Command is limiting leave over the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays in preparation for possible land strikes within the next 10 days to 2 weeks. That's a serious note. Dave, what do you make of it?
Well, it kind of makes me laugh. They're never going to show their card of when they're doing it. So when they say 10 days to 2 weeks, I would say it may happen tomorrow. It's going to happen before then, or soon thereafter. They're not going to let them prep and move forward. Yeah, we'll see. It may be a threat across the board. Like I said, there's more to this. We just got to be patient and see when they're going to feed us the info.
All right, I think you're absolutely spot on. James?
Well, just so everybody knows, Dave has stolen some of my thunder, but not all of it.
Okay.
So, since the USS Gerald Ford and its strike group are in the neighborhood, there's been 20 maritime strikes. This buildup in this region is the largest buildup since the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. In my opinion, covert operations don't wait for the news to publicize. Strikes are conducted, and then the damage assessment, and then the news. In this case, it seems like the news articles or in the news publications and everybody that has to do with news wants to say this is what's going to happen, and this isn't okay. The United States military doesn't have to ask for approval. We're already there. We know what we're doing, and they'll find out about it after the fact.
Yeah, 100%. Vonnie Darling over on, let's see that move. Okay, Vonnie Darling over on Facebook said, actually, Venezuela helped steal the 2020 elections. And that's a very good point, Vonnie. And we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but there are two programs that the CIA in the past has used to topple governments. One is called Scorecard, and the other one is called Hammer. Now, they work in conjunction with, and this is my opinion, with Dominion voting systems. And where did Dominion voting systems, Smartmatic and Hammer, originate from? You guessed it, Venezuela. I don't think it's by chance that we have a carrier strike group off the shore of Venezuela, all of this information coming out about Venezuela, all of the saber rattling about Venezuela happening at the same time. James, what do you make of it?
I think Maduro's running scared. Everything that he's about and everything that's nefarious in the country, I think the United States is getting ready to take off the map. And that to me is exciting. Although you talk about the loss of life, but look what they're preventing. This voter fraud and what originated there. I mean, it's quick. We need to be quick to point out always where the nefarious things originate and where they continue to operate. And if there's anything that the United States could do to take care of it and wipe it off the map, we're going to do it.
Yeah, 100% I agree. Dave?
Yeah, that's definitely a bigger step when you start doing the 2020 election and future elections across the board. If that's a lead, obviously, that still seems like a big thing to bring in that military deal on that. But it could be stepping stones. Obviously, that needs to happen, and that is a threat to us big time.
Right.
Across the board, especially what we're seeing with the corruption of past administrations.
Well, and people don't realize that I believe it's Section 2, Article 1 or 2 of the Constitution basically gives the commander-in-chief unlimited power when it comes to national security.
Right.
And if they think that that's a national security threat, all bets are off. There's not going to be anything stopping that. Ozzy Crosby over on YouTube said Trump would easily win for a fourth time. I agree with you. Now, what really is interesting, Ozzy, as well as everybody else, when 2020 is exposed, the fraudulent vote in 2020, that puts us squarely in the middle of a constitutional crisis. How that's going to play out, does that mean that we're going back to a true constitutional republic? Does that mean that President Trump is, I believe it's the 19th president? Does that mean that, which amendment is it, you guys, that claims that the president can only hold office for 10 years? I think it's 27, 26 or 20.
Yeah, 20, somewhere in there is my gut instinct on that.
So when they prove 2020 as being fraudulent, where does that put us? And I don't have an answer for it. Nobody knows for sure. But I think, oh, nice hat and sombrero. I should say mustache. But I think there's significant changes that could take place based on the 2020 election being exposed as fraudulent. Now, James, what do you think is going to happen when they prove 2020 was taken?
Well, I think everything that the Biden administration stroked into play, whether it was auto pen or whatever, I think is going to be removed, because had that been fraudulent, and I think that the United States military has already proven it's been fraudulent, that would mean that everything that the Biden administration had executed would be null and void under martial law.
Not to mention the auto pen sitting in Biden's picture at the White House, right, Dave?
Classic. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be. It's obviously, like I've said in the past, that's going to be a back burner. I think obviously on the tail end of it, if Venezuela was the problem and we can take that over and solve that issue, obviously that's a good step. And the 2020 is obviously a back burner now that needs to be fixed and addressed later. So obviously it's a small fire in a big forest fire that's going on right now. So.
And President Trump, in my opinion, could have easily stayed in office in 2020 had he instituted a military type takeover, right? Which I think actually did happen, but we'll get into that right now. But in terms of the populace and their attitude towards it, it would have been chaos. It would have been Mad Max overnight. So I understand why it's taking so long. I don't know how it's going to play out in the long run, but Summer and Guys Speak said Trump has an 87% approval rating. That tells you a lot of how people support Trump. I think that's absolutely right. He's got he's got the best numbers, I think, of any president ever. And I personally believe that somewhere around the 70 to 80% of the population supports President Trump. But
isn't it funny that their narrative on the left side are saying something totally different?
Right. Right. Thank you, Mary Louise Brown. That was really cool. What is that called? A red carpet. Wow. We're on the red carpet, guys. So now I completely lost my train of thought. Jeez. Squirrels everywhere. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, the 2020 election. Yeah. So how it's going to play out, I have no idea. When it's going to play out, I have no idea. But as President Trump has said many times, we have it all. We caught them all. Now, whether that's going to be today, tomorrow, or 2 years from now, your guess is as good as mine. And then the Right Stuff said the Muslim Brotherhood was added to the terrorist organization list. Yes. Well, Trump signaled that he's going to designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. But I don't believe it's actually happened yet. But the fact that he's screaming about it means it's coming. It's okay, we got a warning.
James.
No, it wasn't James. It was me. I don't know what the heck. Maybe it's because of all the election talk. But anyway, so this brotherhood is going to be labeled as a terrorist organization. Wasn't it Obama that had quite a bit to do with that, James?
Oh, for sure. That's where it all started. That was the incubation period.
Yeah, exactly, Dave.
And I think they signed something yesterday at that 4:00 executive order signing, I believe, Sam. But don't quote me 100% on that. But I thought they did sign that in yesterday.
Well, if they did, I didn't see it. You could be right.
Yeah,
I don't know for sure.
I think they did.
Casey,
yeah,
MC. Go ahead.
I said it's interesting. It's Lebanon, Egypt, and Jordan are the main runs too across the board. Also on that.
You didn't tell me we're going to get into that. I got some dirt on that stuff.
On what?
Are we going to go ahead and just address President Trump's in the Muslim Brotherhood? I have a write up on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The United States, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, Russia, and Jordan. There are chapters of the Muslim Brotherhood all over the world. Governor Greg Abbott of Texas signs an executive order designating an organization within the state. This is drawing nationwide attention. The members of these chapters are being sought after. They face maximum legal ramifications, deportation, the confiscation of real estate, and the financial holdings within the group. In situations like Illinois, Minnesota, California, federal intervention is more than likely. When President Trump says he's taking America back, this is what he means, and it's not just from the Democrats.
Yeah, exactly. Brian said
It's an ass whipping.
exactly. Hope you got that one, Lisa. Ass whipping. Brian said rug trafficking, Dave. Buy it on the TikTok shop. Exactly. The right stuff said, who's selling Venezuelan cartels American weapons? Very good question. Jay Hicks is here. Hey, Jay Hicks. Mama Bear with all the squirrels in the chat. I know. Well, that last one from, oh, wait a minute. Your live is not eligible. Oh, wow. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because you're with the For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. Reason, misinformation that may cause moderate harm. Come on. Are you guys serious? Jeez.
Imagine that.
Well, at least they didn't shut us off at this point. And they're liable to at any moment, people. So everybody keep an eye out. We just may go dark here. Who knows? All right. Oh, shoot. Is it? Yeah, it is sponsor time already. All right. So let's talk a little bit about sponsors. Mike Lindell, MyPillow. Mike is doing crazy Black Friday deals. And if you use the code SAM, you'll get an additional discount. So go to mypillow.com or mystore.com, use the discount code SAM, and you'll get huge deals, especially with Black Friday sales going on right now. And again, give Mike the business. He's earned it. You know, if you need stuff that he sells, get it from Mike. It's well worth the time. Secondly, we have Neil Naturopathic. Dr. Neil is a personal friend of mine. He created an entire line of hair care products that have no chemicals, no preservatives, no toxins. If you go to neilnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, you'll get 20% off your order. And of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. Dr. Glidden, as you all know, joins us on our Health and Wellness Fridays, and he has put together a special presentation just for our community. Go to my website, samshalhoub.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see Dr. Glidden's name. Click on that button. That'll bring you to his website. You'll see a big banner with my picture on it. You need to register for this special event. It's this Saturday, you guys. This Saturday, November 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Go to his website, register for the event. He will email you a password for the event, but you have to do it that way. Go through my website, go to his, because it's only for our community. Click on the banner that has my picture and you register for the event. It's this Saturday, November 29th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Okay. Oh, and then of course, Alex has his book on meditation. Go to Amazon.com, type in Alex Ramer, R-A-M-E-R. You'll come up with his meditation book. And so many of you have bought his book. And Alex has graciously agreed to give everyone 1 hour of his time that buys the book to go over it with him on the phone, on Zoom, however he's doing it. But do yourself a favor and get that book. It's well worth your time and your money. Martini time. Oh, wow. What was that? That was cool, Charlie. Thank you. Boxing gloves. Uh-oh. Is Charlie coming out swinging?
Dave, you're muted. Alex suggests that you restart the live.
Oh, really? Well,
I know we got 153 in here, but we're just restricted, right?
yeah, I just think it's not going to hit the FYP, I think is what it is. So let's just keep going. If they shut us down, they shut us down. What are you going to do? Believe me,
Make the most of it, baby.
That's right. We have enough scars already. Who cares? What's a couple more, right? All right, let's see here. Oh, Jan Love and Being Grandma said Trump did sign the executive order on the Muslim Brotherhood. Okay, great. I didn't catch that. Thank you for that, Jan Love and Being Grandma. Pureblood Holly Jones said the same thing. Yes, it was signed yesterday. Well, it just goes to show you I get things wrong myself sometimes. But again, I'm 63 years old. What are you going to do, right? Jessica is here. Wendy. Wendy said TikTok's on a violation kick lately. Well, whatever. Like I said, we're swinging for the fence every day. We're bound to strike out once in a while. All right, let's see. Kissing Bandit and Lipstick said, I've registered for the event. Excellent. Larry said, I need to buy it. I'm assuming you're talking about Alex's book. Do it, Larry. Yeah, believe me, you'll be glad you did. All right, let's see. Benji1959 said, what was the misinformation? Well, again, you guys, I am convinced that when they took over X, we know that it was rocky for the first year or two. They were cleaning out old algorithms. And I personally believe that TikTok has been taken over by the Patriots quite some time ago, about the time that President Trump came on the platform, which was about a year ago. And I'm sure they're still cleaning out algorithms. But as I've said many times, every time we've been violated, other than only one time, they did not grant my appeal. So if they do shut us down, I'm sure it'll be short term. But again, if we go black, you'll know why. You'll know what happened. All right. Hey, Cindy Hayden 59 is here. Good morning, Cindy. And Ben, to answer your question, what was the misinformation? My guess is we were talking about the election. It could have been the Muslim Brotherhood. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's move on. So a federal judge dismissed criminal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, ruling that the prosecutor who brought the cases, Lindsay Halligan, was not lawfully appointed as interim U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. Now, does that mean that she wasn't properly elected? That sounds awfully familiar based on what we've been talking about with what happened with 2020. James, what do you make of it?
What makes me question what does lawfully appointed really mean? I mean, does she have to go in front of Congress? Does she have to go in front of the Senate to be temporarily given this power? I don't think so. It's kind of like a substitute teacher. You don't have to go sit in front of the panel in front of all the parents to just teach a class for a day.
Right.
The magnitude of Letitia James and James Comey, you got to remember the Democratic Party is built on nothing but lawyers. Every stinking one of them are a lawyer. So they have loopholes. They create loopholes that the Republican Party and you and I, in the public, we have no idea that law even exists. So, is it possible? Maybe. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. I think their toenails are cooked. So whatever.
Did you get that one, Lisa? Their toenails are cooked. Brian said neither was Jack Smith, and look what he did. Exactly. And X22 Dave, he made a post this morning on X that I think was very appropriate. He said, notice the approach when it comes to Comey. He said, they're not saying that Comey didn't lie to Congress. They are saying that Lindsay Halligan wasn't elected properly. That, I think, is the case of it. Dave, what do you think?
So Lindsay was appointed for a short term, and it's up to 120 days, and the Senate needs to approve her at that point. They never did. So I think maybe that's what maybe bringing back into the light too. It's not that James and Comey are not guilty. It's just because of her and what the Senate didn't approve of her. So she's good for 120 days, and after that it's supposed to fall off. But if the Senate never, brings her in, so there's a gray area there. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. They're still going to be guilty. They're still going to be brought to justice.
Alex has typed in Executive Order 143360. I don't know what that is.
14360. I'm not sure which one that is either, Alex.
Neither do I. I don't have my laptop.
But it kind of comes. What brings to mind is the Lloyd Brunson case, where he was going in front of the Supreme Court, charging however many people in Congress with dereliction of duty or denying their oath. Yet they didn't rule that what he was saying was incorrect. They said that he didn't have standing to bring the suit. So it could be something similar to that, where it's some kind of legal mumbo jumbo where they're trying to avoid it. I don't know.
So Sam, the quick question comes to mind. Would he be in double jeopardy if that case was thrown out? Could they be in fact retried or not?
Well, they said it was without prejudice, right? Or with prejudice. Which one is the one that says you can? I think it's with prejudice, which means that you can bring it back to the courts. if I remember.
And ultimately,
correctly.
it wasn't because what they were going for. It was because of the, of her.
The legal standing
had
of the right,
legal
exactly,
standing. Yeah.
100%. Yep. So, Alex, I don't know what Executive Order 14360 is. What if anybody in the chat?
He said it is what it was signed yesterday. So I don't know if it was the Brotherhood or which one
Oh,
he's
okay,
talking about on that.
got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Well, I don't know. He's up in some deer stand looking for furry little cute creatures to
Poor little
unalive.
Bambi.
Poor Bambi. She's sitting
Filling
there.
his freezer.
She's putting her lips down to drink a little bit of water, and then bam, there comes Alex.
They'll be safe. He'll be running to the grocery store to get some venison.
Exactly. Kim 55 said they are gone. Yeah, I think they are too, Kim. And that's another thing, you guys. So I had a lot of people message me, essentially scolding me for saying that the Clintons. Well, let's get to that story. So, oh, wow, that's weird. Hold on, everybody. My screen is flipping out on me. Okay, so Bill and Hillary Clinton are officially scheduled to testify about Jeffrey Epstein in December. Bill Clinton on December 17th, Hillary Clinton on December 18th. If they do not show up for their in-person depositions, a warrant will be issued for their arrest. I've had a whole bunch of people message me this morning saying, come on, Sam, you know they're gone already. I'm not disagreeing with that. I believe they've been dealt with. I believe that they are gone, for lack of a better term. But I'm talking about the optical rollout of what I believe has already taken place. So Wendy said, run, Bambi. Exactly. John Gwynn said, Sam, I love that movie. Yeah, that you know what that's from. Does anybody know what that movie was? The one where I was describing Bambi? Anybody? Let's see.
Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Nope. Let's see, everybody. So there it is. Leonard Little got it. My Cousin Vinny. Exactly. Yeah. John Gwynn. Micah. Yeah, exactly. That's where I got it from. Exactly. So Dee said they were both terminated. I agree. Now, it's very obvious to me that Hillary is gone. I mean, she gets loaded into a van. A couple hours later, she comes out and she's 6 inches shorter. Now, with Bill, there is a strong possibility that that's the real Bill, but he's under submission. And I can't tell which on him at this point, but both of them have been dealt with, whether it's replacement or submission. 100%, I agree with you, D.
They always show a comparison between Bill Clinton and I think Sammy Hagar. That Sammy did all those crazy, side stuff in the past, and then Bill Clinton and Sammy Hagar still looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
At the same age.
Exactly. Mark Matson got My Cousin Vinny too. Yeah, exactly. PJ Party said, if they are deposed, then it will be public at some point. I hope it's videotaped as well. Well, again, you guys, I think what we're seeing is the optical play out of things that happened some time ago. That's just my opinion. But if you follow the Q drops as closely as we do, I think that you would come to that same conclusion. James, did you want to say something?
I do. I think the Bill and Hillary Clinton thing is central casting, and really the only submission that Bill Clinton was everything that he did when he was naked, and Monica Lewinsky and anything like that. So
exactly,
he's gone too. Hang him and hang him high. Admiral Crandall is a bad mofo.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sorry over on YouTube, guys, and all the other platforms. My chat was behind, so. Ozzy Crosby said the Democrat Party is circling the drain. 100%, I agree. David Morales said, meanwhile, let's dedicate a thought for those who are not ready for the future. Well, and again, David, I think that's, what we're doing is we're prepping people for the inevitable that I believe already took place, but the inevitable rollout of what I think has happened already. We must be on some kind of deal over on YouTube because we got a lot of trolls over there today. Drifting Beamer said, here we go. Bingo cards ready. David Morales said the UK is not united. Huh. Interesting. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, they're going on. There's people going after each other over on the YouTube chat. We must be on some kind of FYP or something on YouTube today. That's interesting.
You know, I've been back and forth on the first arrest. Who is the first arrest? Obama,
You know,
Hill, or Hillary?
I have no
I say
idea.
Hillary's got to be the one at risk, I would think, out of those, because of the president deal that, you know, forgiveness, whatever they called it.
Right. Martin Hill over on YouTube said, "What's the scam, Hanks?" I'm assuming you're talking about Tom Hanks. Yeah, exactly. That he's one of many. Holy smokes, you guys! The chat over on YouTube is off the chart. I'm so sorry, you guys. If Thomas 8 said, "Big Mike Obama hates America." Well, that's very true. I agree with you. Alex said EO 14360 is establishing the Executive Office of Digital Sovereignty and mandating full spectrum surveillance. Oh, okay. I didn't know which one you were talking about, Alex. Great. Thank you for that.
And was that the Trump signed, or was that an Obama?
No, that was Trump, I'm sure.
That was Trump.
Yeah. So Charlie said Bibi. I'm sure you're talking about Netanyahu. Yeah, I think that's another person who has been either under submission or replaced. Hometown Girl said Crossfire Hurricane. Exactly. There's a lot going on, you guys. Let's see. Oh, it was somebody on here said something about I want to see. Wendy said Obama first, maybe Hillary. Oh, Kim 55 said I just want to see something. Well, we're going to see it, and we are seeing quite a bit of exposure. We haven't really gone deep into the justice phase yet, but it's coming, and I think it's right around the corner, at least in my opinion. All right, let's see here. Moving on. So President Trump had a phone call with President Xi of China. Now, it was my understanding, I assumed that President Trump reached out to Xi, but apparently it was the other way around. And President Trump said they had a, quote, very good phone call with him and accepted an invitation to visit Beijing in April. And with Xi confirming he'll attend a U.S. state visit later in the year. Trump said, our relationship with China is extremely strong. Now, this reminds me of 2017 on the capitulation tour. President Trump went to China. He's the only president that I'm aware of that ever went to the Forbidden City. If you don't see that there's something going on behind the scenes with the two of them, then I don't know what to tell you. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, it was a good phone call. One of the major things he talked about was the deal for the farmers. They have bought about a 10% of what they said they're going to buy up until January. So we hope that keeps going. But I think President Trump will hold their feet to the fire. I believe, like you said, the deal's already done. Moving forward on that. So it's important for sure.
Right. The Right Stuff said all the people Obama put medals on are Epstein loyalty perks. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think it's a very astute observation. I think you're absolutely right. James?
Well, putting medals on people, that's wow. That kind of goes with in today's world for participation awards, right?
Yeah.
If you're in high school and you participate, you get a trophy for it.
Yeah, what's that all about, man?
Right.
Jeez.
Well, as far as President Xi, I we're working on him. I think what we have coming to us as a country, obviously we want to massage China into bigger agricultural trade. 12 million metric tons and 25 million metric tons of soybeans per year for the next 3 years is a small drop in the bucket. The biggest problem is they're still giving Argentina the amount of business that we taught Argentina how to grow. So until we actually get Argentina nixed into that 5 to 10% line where we are now, I'm not going to feel comfortable, and Dave probably isn't either.
Yeah, Dave, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that. It's going to be interesting because I know they put a lot of
wow, blooming heart. That was sweet, Dave. Thanks.
They put a lot of effort in on the Argentina and Brazil, so on the infrastructure. So we'll see what that all consists of. I mean, it's moving. I know we're in a lot better shape with the aggression, with the forcefulness of Trump and the administration. So we'll see where it goes.
Yep. Cindy Hayden 59 said, I agree with James. Virgo 47 said, I'm more interested in the Putin relationship. Well, and with good reason you should be. And again, I think Putin, Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un, Saudi Arabia, the UK, they're all working in concert with Trump, in my opinion. Now, can we definitively prove it? No, but I think when you think about it from a logical inference standpoint, it makes sense. Martini time. Thank you for all of the gifts. Sassy Minnesota. Good. JP Metal Slayer. Thank you for the hat. John Gwynn, of course, always coming in hot. All right, so let's move on. All right. Okay, this one's really interesting. I'm going to be going to you first, James. So Senator Mark Kelly. Exactly. Senator Mark Kelly comes out with a video, and he's talking about essentially encouraging the military. Oh, nice. The Trump train from John Gwynn. Thanks, John. Oh, geez. Now I completely. Oh, yeah. So Mark Kelly. Yeah, I know. And there's going to be a ton of squirrels in the chat. I know. But Democratic Senator Mark Kelly is facing a possible court-martial. And essentially, when I saw the video, he was essentially telling the military not to obey the chain of command. Now, that's got to have serious repercussions, just like the Democrat video where they were essentially telling people to disobey President Trump. James, what do you make of all that?
Well, initially, my knee-jerk reaction is Pete Hegseth has a spanking board with holes in it, and he's going to pull the pants off of Mark Kelly and give him an ass beating like he hasn't seen. A court-martial for a U.S. senator is rare, but possible. The United States will, in order to make that happen, they're going to have to recall him back to the military. He's probably going to be recalled. He's going to lose his retirement pay and probably be sentenced to prison in Fort Leavenworth. There is no political protections for court-martials. In layman's terms, he's in deep shit. So it's probably going to happen. He basically ruined, and that's the thing I can't understand myself, is why these people, just because they think they can make a powerful statement, it doesn't come with ramifications. And I think the guy's a fucking idiot for doing it.
Right. Well, I think up until President Trump, the deep state could get away with just about anything. They could say or do whatever they wanted, and they knew they had protection. That's not the case anymore, which is really interesting. They know that now. And for them to come out, it's almost as if maybe they're under submission and are being forced to say things. Now, I don't know. I can't prove it. Dave, what do you think?
No, it's interesting, and yeah, it's under that court martial. Like, it's easy. It's written in stone on how to bring him back up and do what he did. Because I think those 6 people stepped over their boundaries as Americans, plain and simple. Even and Mark Kelly is the best fruit out there to grab. So he will be the example of it if Trump has anything to say about it.
Right. Cindy Hayden 59 said treasonous. Pure Blood Holly John said boom, Mark Kelly. Jan Lovin being grandma said court-martial him. The Right Stuff said they couldn't just say follow lawful orders. It's all in the verbiage and context. Huh. Interesting. Yes, Brian, I see the squirrels in the chat. Have you and Mama Bear been talking this morning? Because you both are on fire with the squirrels lately. And yes, I am guilty of it. I do lose my train of thought at times. Boogie B agrees with me. And Glenn agrees with James. Benji 1959 said it's part of the show. And you guys, so that's it. We are living in a time where, and I've had people ask me this question on messages. We are living in a time where misinformation and disinformation are really, they're prominent. And even if you look at the Q drops, there are things that were said that are clearly misinformation or disinformation. You have to be able to discern between the two. Now, are we 100% right all the time? Of course not. I mean, I think if we get 30, 40% right, I'd say we're doing pretty darn well. But if what I think is true is happening with continuity of government and devolution and those types of things, you have the military controlling this presentation, these narratives. Q said, we control all. And when we say all, we mean all. Now, does that mean that every event is under control? No. Does it mean that the news narratives and things that people are witnessing or experiencing, they have control over that? I would believe yes. But again, we don't know what's information or what is disinformation, what's misinformation. We don't know what they're trying to accomplish and when. But I, for one, think that you really have to use discernment. You have to wait. I like to wait 48 to 72 hours before I make any major decisions on things that have happened, because usually in that time frame, the truth starts to seep out. James, what do you think?
Oh, 100%. And going back to discernment and what people report. First of all, news companies bring on newscasters. One, if they have a nice figure, if they show some breast cleavage, half of what they say is probably bullshit. They pull it out of thin air and talk, but they thrust forward. They put the big smile out there, and people are like, sure, whatever she said is true. But half of it's bullshit. And I have to believe that there are very few newscasters today. There's no old Walter Cronkites, people that like Howard Cosell. I mean, even though he was more of a sportscaster, at least he knew what he talked about was legit. Paul Harvey. Today, I don't know of one newscaster I could compare to Paul Harvey. Not one.
Other than me, of course.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Martini Time said, I trust the plan. I mean, at this point in the game, you guys, you either support President Trump or you don't. And I choose to support him. I don't agree with everything he says all the time, but overall, absolutely, I am pro-Trump. Dave?
Sam, to prove that you're right, look at how much the news narratives and the people agreeing with Trump from MSNBC to CNN has changed in the last 11 months. We went from all against and hammer to flip-flopping, agreeing with Trump. It's been an insane 11 months.
Well, and I think that's part of the whole MTG thing. I think it was theater. I think that she was highlighting. I mean, she got on The View and Bill Maher, and she was able to speak truth to the people that would never hear it, because they're not going to listen to shows like this. They're not going to listen to President Trump. But when she goes on Bill Maher, and Bill Maher's agreeing with her, and she's highlighting, she may have said some things where she disagrees with President Trump, but the overall message of the government is corrupt, both sides are corrupt. Those are things that we all get behind because we all agree with it. And all of that is changing at a furious rate.
That whole deal mirrors Elon's and Trump's argument. It
100%.
mirrors it. It's insane.
100%. 100%. The right stuff said you can't please everyone, but you can try. Well, I don't know whether you can please any. What's the old saying? You can please some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all of the time, or something to that effect. But yeah. Oh gosh, who knows?
Sam, do you think it would be plausible to entertain the idea that Marjorie Taylor Greene was all pro until she got her hand somehow caught in the cookie jar doing something bad, like possibly insider trading, and all of a sudden now she's speaking out? So look at me over here, not where it really is.
Okay, so here's the miscommunication for that. I was part of a chat with News Treason and Joe Rambo. They're the ones that get credit for this. But they went through and they dug into her finances, James. When she filled out her forms for Congress, you have to give an estimation of what your net worth is. Her net worth when she came in was between 5 and 25 million. And that's the range that they use, 5 to 25. She owns a construction company that she makes $1.5 million a year from. Okay. So that whole narrative that she came in with $700,000 and now she's worth 25 million is incorrect. Her net worth coming in was 5 to 25 million. Now, when they talk about her owning Pfizer stock, anybody who has a 401k is going to own Pfizer stock because most of them incorporate the blue chips into those, or the valuable companies. So that whole narrative, and again, when I first saw it, oh my gosh, until I started digging into it. She didn't raise that. Her net worth didn't raise since she's been in Congress. She makes $1.5 million a year already coming into Congress. So there's really no there, Dave.
So what is she only hanging doors in? Is that the only reason she's making $1.5 million for a construction company? That's pretty low.
Well, she's the CEO. So who knows? I don't know what the specifics on the company are, but she does own a construction company. She does make somewhere between $1 million and $1.5 million a year anyway.
Yeah. It's I mean, and that's why Nancy makes as much as she does, because it's all hard work, and she's definitely
Well, that's a whole different story, man. No way. I can't go along with that one. All right, everybody. Well, that's all we have for today. We did not meet our goal, so we will not be dancing today, but I'm sure we will be tomorrow. So let's move to final thoughts, James.
Yes, I do have some final thoughts for today. As we are descending on the big Thanksgiving holiday, leave early for your travels. Plan your route, know your fuel stops, use Gas Buddy, Mud Flap, or even Trucker Path to help out with weather and what you may be getting into. Check your tire pressures, make sure you have a spare, have water, flashlights, blankets, watch for icing on bridges, and check the outside air temperature frequently as conditions change fast. Don't use cruise control below temperatures of 38 degrees anywhere. Appreciate you guys being here. The gifts. Sorry I missed the last few days. I've been flying low, hauling cow chow and pet freight. So I appreciate you guys, and God bless you. And it's good you're here.
Excellent. John Gwynn said, you can't stop me from dancing by myself. Exactly. Hey, Extreme Diecast just showed up. Hey, Extreme. Glad you could make it. Dave, final thoughts?
Well, I just think, coming into the holidays and stuff like that, how beautiful the White House is going to be with President Trump and his wife organizing and getting that place cleaned up. And she accepted the tree yesterday. So it's going to be exciting to see that stuff come into play. So we'll see what happens. It'll be an exciting night tomorrow, and we'll bring more information to you tomorrow.
Exactly. Very well stated, both James and Dave. And as I say every show, you guys, there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be misinformation. There's going to be disinformation. But the Trump train is well on its way. And as you all know, what I truly believe, the best is yet to come.
And I think Alex wants to come up and do some final thoughts.
Oh, he does?
Can you find him? At least what he said, anyway.
Bring Alex up. Is he in the chat?
Go three messages above that.
Yeah.
Here he is, the real Alex. Let's see. Sorry, Alex, I didn't.
The deer stand.
I didn't see you there. Hold on, everybody.
Hey,
there he
I've been
is.
Sitting here 15 minutes trying to talk to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't pop up on my end.
Everybody, go read Executive Order 14360 that Trump put out yesterday. It is a nail in the coffin for the deep state, for the rigged elections, for the agencies, all federal agencies, and the surveillance of those agencies and what they're doing. We can cover it tomorrow. It's freaking extraordinary.
14360.
14360. He signed it yesterday.
Okay.
But I just wanted to share today. My sweet mama would have been 87 years old, and as I shared with you guys in our group text, this is a happy place. I've seen a handful of deer come through. I'll be here all day. Kansas is a terrible place to live. Don't anybody move here. It's worse than LA.
And wait, I think I see Bambi up there behind the tree. Well, Alex, thanks for jumping in at the last minute. So glad you did it. All right, everybody. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And in the meantime, enjoy yourselves today. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Go get